and give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Спасибо большое.
Thank you very much, Madam President. We wish to thank the Special Representative of the Secretary General, Mr. James Swan, for the comprehensive briefing about developments in Somalia. We also thank the other briefers for the information that they have shared. We echo the condolences that have been voiced in connection with the tragic death of Madam Selma. The Russian Federation supports the efforts of Mogadishu to achieve domestic political and socioeconomic stability. We are keen to work assiduously within the Security Council to facilitate a resolution to the crisis in the country while upholding both its unity and territorial integrity. We note the importance for strengthening Somali statehood of the 2020 to 2021 general elections. We welcome the efforts undertaken by the Somali government in preparation for these truly epochal events. For the first time in 50 years, a popular vote will be conducted and organized in the country on the one person, one vote principle. One person, one voice principle. In Somalia, what is now running smoothly is the National Electoral Commission. With support of international partners, the Electoral Security Task Force has been set up. The subsequent logical steps towards in this direction, in our view, is the adoption of electoral legislation and in the introduction of the necessary constitutional amendments. We welcome in this connection what was approved during early October's Somalia Partnership Forum, namely Mogadishu's commitment to comply with the compliance timeline for these obligations. We trust that this process will continue to develop according to plan. The situation in Somalia remains highly volatile. The federal government encounters a plethora of challenges, including the need to establish institutions of state governance, to establish dialogue between the center and regions, and to establish dialogue among the regions themselves. We call for pursuit of efforts to strike a balance of interests among all clans. Our view is that the federal state's ultimatum vis-à-vis Mogadishu, the fact that they lack an intent to constructively engage, and the conflict amongst the various regions is liable to unleash a spiral of centrifugal trends. This impedes nationwide dialogue and complicates the organization of collective efforts on significant Somali domestic agenda items. We applaud the results arrived at by the federal government of Somalia in the reconciliation processes in both Galmudug and Southwest State. There's a need to continue to build upon this success. We call for stepped-up efforts to build bridges with the authorities of Jubaland and Puntland. We are troubled by the uptick in al-Shabaab's terrorist activity. This leads to mounting casualties both among civilians and Somali National Army and AMISOM personnel, including foreign specialists. AMISOM, in our view, is the linchpin to countering al-Shabaab. We call upon the international community to continue to undertake concerted efforts to build the capacity of the Somali National Army and AMISOM. It is evident that African peacekeepers cannot remain in Somalia indefinitely. However, the mission's drawdown needs to be done in a phased way, reflecting the Somali National Army's capacity to provide for the security of both the state and its citizenship. Given the complicated humanitarian situation in Somalia, the Russian Federation will continue to assist Somalia and Somali refugees in neighboring states through earmarked contributions to the relevant World Food Program funds. We also intend to continue to train Somali civilian personnel. Madam President, to conclude, I wish to reiterate the fact that that it is only possible to effectively counter the above challenges with strict compliance for the sovereignty of Somalia and non-intervention of foreign players in the domestic affairs of that country. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his statement